What if I told you there's a world beneath our world? A place where the ice holds secrets older than mankind itself. A place so forbidden, entire governments deny its existence. A place that, according to some, holds the remains of a lost civilization, perhaps even visitors not of this earth. This isn't a science fiction movie. It's a story whispered by explorers, buried in declassified files, and hidden beneath miles of Antarctic ice. Today, we journey to the most remote, inhospitable continent on Earth to uncover the truth behind one of the greatest mysteries in human history. What really lies beneath Antarctica?
Antarctica, a land of eternal ice and silence. It's the coldest, driest, windiest place on Earth, yet it's bigger than the United States and Mexico combined. For most of history, it was untouched by humanity. But that changed in the early 1900s when explorers began venturing into its frozen wilderness. Men like Ernest Shackleton and Roald Amundsen risked their lives just to plant a flag in this alien world. But even in those early days, rumors began to spread among explorers. Rumors of mountains shaped like pyramids, of warm caverns deep beneath the ice, and of ancient ruins no one could explain. At first, these stories were dismissed as frostbitten hallucinations until something truly strange began to surface after World War II.
In 1946, less than a year after the end of World War II, the U.S. government launched Operation Highjump, a massive military expedition to Antarctica, led by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Officially, it was a scientific mission to test equipment in extreme cold. Unofficially, it was the largest expedition ever sent to the South Pole. 13 ships, 33 aircraft, and over 4,700 military personnel. Think about that for a second. Why send an entire naval armada to a frozen wasteland right after a world war? Some historians claim the U.S. feared that fleeing Nazi scientists had set up a hidden base in Antarctica. Others say it was a show of force to claim resources and territory. But what happened next only deepened the mystery. After only 2 months, Operation Highjump was suddenly cut short, 6 months early. Admiral Byrd returned to the U.S. abruptly and gave a chilling interview to a Chilean newspaper. He warned that the next war could come from the polar regions and that America must be prepared to face flying objects that can move from pole to pole at incredible speeds. Flying objects from the poles. This was 1947, 2 years before the word UFO even entered popular culture. Now, let's rewind to the final days of World War II. As Berlin fell, rumors swirled that the Nazis had evacuated key scientists, engineers, and technology to remote secret bases, including one deep in the Antarctic region known as Queen Maud Land. The Nazis called it Neuschwabenland. German U-boats were reportedly seen heading south, loaded with mysterious cargo. Some of these submarines never returned. Years later, documents and testimonies from captured officers suggested that the Third Reich had indeed established a research facility under the ice, developing advanced aircraft, Die Gluck, or the Bell, a supposed anti-gravity craft that defied explanation. So when Admiral Byrd's fleet faced flying objects over Antarctica, conspiracy theorists began connecting the dots. Had Byrd stumbled upon remnants of the Nazi superweapons program? Or something much older? There's another piece to this icy puzzle, one that predates the Nazis by centuries. In 1513, an Ottoman admiral named Piri Reis created a world map drawn on gazelle skin. What's shocking
is that this map accurately depicts the coastline of Antarctica without ice. Let that sink in. Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1820, yet a map from the early 1500s shows it exactly as it would appear if the ice had never existed, complete with rivers and mountain ranges that match modern radar scans. How could someone in the 16th century know the geography of a continent buried under 2 miles of ice? The map's creator claimed he compiled it using ancient source maps, relics of civilizations long forgotten. Some historians scoff, saying it's coincidence. Others whisper that it's evidence of a lost global civilization, perhaps the same one described in Plato's tale of Atlantis. In recent decades, things have only gotten stranger. Satellite images have shown geometric formations deep in Antarctica that resemble artificial structures. Massive anomalies under the ice, metallic objects hundreds of feet across. And in 2016, scientists drilled into Lake Vostok, a subglacial lake sealed off from the atmosphere for millions of years. When the drill came up, the samples were immediately classified. Officially, they found nothing unusual. Unofficially, insiders claimed something was discovered, something biological, and not entirely terrestrial. And then there's the human angle. Since 1959, the Antarctic Treaty has prohibited any independent exploration of the continent without approval from multiple governments. No drilling beyond certain depths, no mining, no permanent settlements. Think about that. The only unclaimed continent on Earth, and it's off limits. Why? Are we protecting the environment or protecting a secret?
Over the years, several high-profile figures have claimed to have seen something extraordinary in Antarctica. In 2016, John Kerry, the U.S. Secretary of State, made a sudden, unexplained trip to the South Pole, right in the middle of a major political crisis. Why? The official reason was climate research. The unofficial? No one knows. That same year, reports emerged of religious leaders, Russian scientists, and even astronauts being flown to restricted Antarctic zones. Retired Navy engineers and pilots have anonymously claimed they transported mysterious cargo into the region, under orders never to speak of it again. One alleged whistleblower described vast tunnels beneath the ice, stretching for hundreds of miles, large enough for vehicles the size of skyscrapers. He said these tunnels led to something ancient, something alive.
Here's where the line between history and myth begins to blur. Many ancient cultures spoke of a frozen land at the bottom of the world, a place connected to the heavens, ruled by gods of immense knowledge. The Hopi people called it Tuana Savi, the center of the world. The Greeks told of Hyperborea, a paradise at the poles. And Plato described Atlantis, a technologically advanced civilization destroyed in a cataclysmic flood. Could all of these myths be echoes of the same lost culture, one that existed before the last ice age? Modern geological evidence suggests Antarctica wasn't always frozen. Around 12,000 years ago, its climate may have been temperate, lush, green, and capable of sustaining life. Then, something happened. A sudden tilt of the Earth's axis, a comet impact. Whatever it was, it froze an entire civilization in an instant, sealing it beneath miles of ice. If true, then Antarctica isn't just a wasteland. It's a time capsule, a frozen library of human history we've yet to open.
Skeptics, of course, have explanations. They say Operation Highjump was merely a logistical test gone wrong, that Piri Reis's map was a coincidence of artistic error, that the metallic anomalies under the ice are just geological formations. And yet, The evidence piles up. Why are so many areas of Antarctica blurred on Google Earth? Why have independent expeditions been mysteriously shut down? And why did Admiral Byrd, an accomplished military officer, warn about flying discs from the poles years before the UFO phenomenon began? There's a pattern here, a story written in frost and shadow, a story someone doesn't want told.
Maybe the truth isn't about aliens, or Nazis, or secret tunnels. Maybe it's something deeper, something about us. Antarctica reminds us how fragile history really is, how easily entire chapters of our past can be erased by ice, time, and silence. If there really was a great civilization before us, one that mastered technologies we've only begun to rediscover, then what does that say about the rise and fall of human progress? Maybe we're not the first to reach this point. Maybe we're just the latest.